Week 1 is in the books. And now we're ready for Week 2. Looking forward to a fantastic football season. I hope it lives up to what we saw in Week 1.
Week 1 was actually really...
Unfortunately, Week 1 is now in the books. As good as it was.
Guys, I have to develop somehow. Starting... If you look at our original video 5 seasons ago...
This is Week 1.
Oh, God.
And that's the book.
Thank you, Bryce. It's so good to have great friends. Thursday night game. Steelers at Ravens, a divisional game. I think it's going to be pretty hard-fought battle for both of them.
I agree.
Steelers actually had a pretty good game on last week, and the Ravens ended up losing. Darn.
The game and their starting running back.
Yeah. He's out indefinitely. So there's a little fantasy update for you if you've been living under a rock.
Emily.
Wow.
Yeah.
Calling out your future bride?
She had Ray Rice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm going to take Steelers on the road. I think the Steelers played really well last week, and I think the Ravens don't hold up against it.
Yeah, I like home field advantage, but not in this game. I'm going to go with the Steelers. I think the Ravens. I'm interested to see how quickly they recover from this debacle.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge distraction. The players have to answer it all week.
Absolutely.
I think Steelers come in and win this one.
Agreed.
Dolphins, Bills. Bills actually had a pretty decent day. Their defense actually played a lot better than I thought their offense did.
They did.
They need C.J. Spiller to be healthy.
Fred Jackson looked very, very good.
Completely healthy. But the Dolphins were just most impressive to me, beating the Patriots like they did last week. I'm taking the Dolphins on the road. I hate taking road games. If any of you have watched the past 4 seasons that we've done, I hate road games or road teams. I'm taking 2 in a row here. I'm
not going to go with you on the road game on this one. I'm going to go with the Bills at home. I think their defense is for real, what we saw last week, and I think the backfield of Fred Jackson and C.J. Spiller can make up for the inexperience and almost under-talented quarterback.
Megan will be happy to hear you say that. Or she won't be happy considering you typically pick awful.
Now,
Jack.
Now that I remember she's a Bills fan, I almost want to go back. The Dolphins have a great team this year.
Jaguars, who Bryce was really impressed with for the first half of last week's game, is facing off against Washington Redskins. What do we call them?
We have a legal department that can figure out that.
The team in Washington.
They're the Redskins. The Capitals?
This one's going to be tough. I think the way that the Redskins' offense was just horrific last week. I didn't really see anything stable from them. I know they're instilling a new offense, a new head coach, new everything, but I'm still going to take them at home.
I'm going to take them at home. I think RG3 gets back into his groove against the hapless Jaguars. I don't think the Jaguars play another quarter as good as they played the first half last week. I think that was their one glimmer of hope this entire year. It's over. Jaguars go back to irrelevancy.
Dallas Cowboys at the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee actually showed out, played really well. Jake Locker had a fantastic game. On the other side of the coin, Dallas looked like poop. And Tony Romo throwing 3 picks in the first half. That doesn't help your team win.
I thought it was JT Barrett out there playing.
Oh, wow. Let's not bring up Ohio State right now, man. I don't need any more of that. I'm taking Titans at home. I don't think Cowboys actually have it on the road enough to beat it. I think the offense in Tennessee is strong enough to beat Cowboys defense. No offense.
Well, that's one opinion. It's wrong, but that's one opinion. I'm going to take the Cowboys on the road. I don't think Tony Romo ever has a game like that the rest of this season. He's shown in the past he's not that type of quarterback. He's a solid quarterback that's going to come in. He's going to throw interceptions, but it's not going to be 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. It's going to be 4 touchdowns and maybe 1 or 2 picks.
Yeah, I need more touchdowns in fantasy.
He comes back and he wins this game for us.
Cardinals coming cross-country and facing the Giants. Giants looked like crap.
They did.
On Sunday. The Cardinals looked fantastic. I'd hate to take a road team, especially coming cross-country. but I'm going to take the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals come into
Meadowlands.
Meadowlands and beat the Giants because Giants just look that awful to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Giants at home in this one. Eli Manning looked pretty bad. He was pretty bad last year. I don't see that continuing. Eli Manning is a good quarterback. He was once one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL, and he's not
He has
old.
2 Super Bowl rings.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, I know he didn't singularly win those 2 Super Bowl rings, but he played very well in them. I think the Giants bounce back this week. I think they get a good win against a good Cardinals team, but traveling across the country is very hard.
Speaking of multiple rings and needing a bounce back, the New England Patriots coming into Minnesota. Minnesota looked incredible, guys.
They will compete in the NFC North. They will compete.
Matt Castle is running that offense beautifully. Adrian Peterson looks strong. I think he's going to have a better game than he did last week.
Yeah, I would say that.
Patriots looked mortal almost without Logan Mankins blocking for Brady. Brady was
even with Gronk back.
He was on the run most of the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Vikings at home.
As am I. The Vikings will compete in the NFC North, and I think Brady's heyday is over. No matter what type of weapons he has
how
there.
bad I feel about that, though, right?
Wow.
Like it's a toss-up for me.
No,
What are they favored?
It's going to be New England. New England by 3.5 on the road.
See, that's strong. See, that's why I don't want to take the Vikings, but
if I was a betting man, I would definitely take the Vikings. I'm just picking straight up Vikings.
Vikings at home. Saints needing a bounce back. No, not really.
No,
they had a fantastic
game
against
very
the Falcons.
Good against their arch rival.
Browns had a really good game. They just lost on a last-second field goal.
Yep.
I think both of them have really strong teams. I think Boyer will actually play really well.
Who?
Blaine Boyer.
Blaine Boyer?
Is it? No, Hoyer. God bless it.
Brian Hoyer?
Yeah, who's Blaine Boyer?
Blaine Boyer? Isn't that a race car driver?
No. Blaine Boyer was the Braves pitcher years ago. Wow, my head is spinning, guys. I apologize. I think Brian Hoyer has a really good game.
Yeah, I think.
But I think Drew Brees is going to tear up the Browns secondary.
I think it's going to be close. Do you want the Saints?
I'm going to Saints.
I think it's going to be close. Blaine Boyer at quarterback for the Brownies are going to keep him in it. But I think it's going to boil down to the Saints closer, Craig Kimbrell. I think he's going to come in the 9th quarter.
God bless it. This video is already screwed up.
Bowl a touchdown. I'm gonna go with the Saints on the road. Drew Brees and company had a good game last week. They just lost to. I mean, they're in their arch rivals' hometown.
Falcons at Bengals.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals. As good as the Falcons looked offensively last week, I don't think it keeps up on the road against the Bengals. Against the team that I think is going to win that division.
I'm going to take the Falcons on the road. I think the Falcons showed me enough last week.
Not a homer or anything.
See, and this
the
is
thing
where
that scares me about the Falcons is they get worse the closer you get to the ball on defense. Secondary, good. Linebackers,
secondary is
decent.
Linebackers
defensive line, awful.
Defensive line actually showed me a lot. They clogged up the middle a lot during that game. So the defensive line was actually showing me a lot. The secondary looked like crap, and the linebackers were eh. So we're just completely opposite on that. I'm taking the Falcons, though. I think the Falcons' offense is actually going to show up and play really well against the Bengals secondary. Because Lord, when you have 4 different receivers between Julio, Roddy, Harry, and Devin Hester. When you have those 4, it's like, who the hell do you block?
Yeah, but every team has the Harry Douglas.
No, not everybody. Everybody.
Yeah,
not as good as they are.
They're just those.
Our 4th receiver had 99 yards receiving last week. 99 yards. Show me a 4th receiver that has 99 yards receiving.
How many did your second have?
I don't know.
How many did your third have?
Decent.
Yeah,
probably about the same.
It's not that your second and third receivers got theirs, and then on top of it, your 4th receiver got his.
I'm just saying. I'm taking Falcons.
I'm
got
taking
Bengals.
Bengals.
What's the line on that?
Well, that one is a Bengals by 5. I would take that all the way to the bank.
Lions, Panthers. Lions look good, guys. I think they have a
Battle
really.
of the Dogs.
I think they have a really, really solid offense. I mean, Megatron came out and showed out last week. Granted, it was against the Giants, but what can you do?
What
Panthers will have
random thought. 2 of the best wide receivers in the NFL, or one of the best, and then another one who is very, very, very good. Calvin Johnson, best wide receiver in the game.
Sure.
Demaryius Thomas, very good, very, very good wide receiver.
Serviceable, yes.
Very good wide receiver. They both went to triple option colleges.
Yes,
I just put that together when I was watching football this week. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. What were we talking about?
Lions and Panthers. Cam should be back this week.
Cam the man.
But I really don't think that's going to matter. I think Detroit comes into Carolina and wins this, even though I think it's going to be close because I think Carolina's defense is legit. I think they're top 5.
I am going with Carolina at home.
Of course you are.
Yep. Their defense is good. Cam Newton's going to come back and healthy, and he's going to throw for 3 touchdowns and run for 1 because I have him on one of my fantasy leagues.
Rams at Bucks. I think Bucks have a bounce back game this week, and I think their defense, after being embarrassed last week by a second-string quarterback, I think comes back and shows up.
Yep.
Another second-string quarterback.
Bucks take it. Rams need to figure out their identity. They need to get a quarterback in there that can play. They have too much talent on the opposite side of the ball and too many number 1 draft picks to let it go to waste.
Seahawks at Chargers. I think this one's a wash.
Seahawks so they haven't missed a step since they won the Super Bowl last year.
Texans. I think Texans are going to go 2-0.
Yep.
I think Oakland doesn't have it against them.
Yep, they go on the road and beat them.
Jets at Packers.
Both looked not as. Packers did not look good in their opener, and the Jets kind of looked how we thought the Jets would look. Having said that, if this was in.
Just saying. Jets have the number 1 defense in all the NFL
if this was in New York, I would take the Jets. But it's in Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm taking Packers.
I'm taking Pack.
I think after Aaron Rodgers got embarrassed
I swear to God, you better pass for more than 9 fantasy points.
Chiefs at Broncos. I think the Broncos run away with this one. I don't think the Chiefs have a good enough team. I don't think the extension that Alex Smith got from Kansas City was worth it, even though it was actually very cheap and considering where it was, I can see it, but I'm taking the Broncos at home.
You ready for my upset pick?
You're not picking the Chiefs in Denver.
I was just asking in general, are you ready?
Oh,
I'm taking the Broncos.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I was just asking
say, you
as
were
a
not
hypothetical
taking
question
Chiefs.
if you were ready for it.
I'm ready.
No, I'm taking Broncos at home. No. This is, Peyton Manning puts up big points. You're welcome for drafting him in that league that I drafted. You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. If you win the league, I get half the acclaim, I guess. I'm not really playing for anything. I get half the glory of playing in an 8-man league. Or is it 10?
Bears at 49ers. Bears looked just completely beatable. I think their offense looked incredible, but they're going up against a 49ers defense that's not that good as they were a couple years ago.
Feasted on Tony Romo in the first half.
Well, that's Tony Romo. This is Jay Cutler in Mark Trestman's offense. I like the 49ers at home, but I think the Bears will keep it close because I think the Bears will actually play well against the 49ers defense.
I'm going with the Bears on the road.
Are you really?
I am.
There you go.
I hate Jay Cutler, but I really think that offense. I really think the NFC North this year is going to be the best division, top to bottom.
This is also the first game in the new stadium. For San Francisco at night.
Candlestick Park.
And that's the Sunday night game. The Monday night game, Eagles at Colts.
Thank you. There's not an 11 o'clock Monday night game this week. I mean,
no, it's just an 8:30 game.
That's better. That's better. Not an 8 o'clock. 11 o'clock start.
Eagles at Colts. Colts looked pretty good against the Broncos coming back. I think the Colts actually will have a good season. I think it'll be between them and the Texans in the South.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles, after coming down 17 points and coming back 34 unanswered, again, granted it was against the Jags,
The Eagles are going to have a pretty boring regular season, in my opinion, because they're going to run away with that division. There's nobody good in it. I'm going to take the Colts at home, though. I think the Eagles keep it close. I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles win this game, but I think Andrew Luck leads the Colts to another comeback victory.
I agree. I think the Colts win at home. I think it's going to be close. I think that Nick Foles is going to put up some good numbers against the Colts, but basically he's going to pick them apart like Peyton Manning did in the first half.
Yep.
But I think ultimately the Colts end up winning this game.
Comeback kid.
All right, guys, that's our preview for Week 2 of the NFL, which starts tomorrow night. Be sure to check us out next week. Hopefully Bryce will be here.
Week 3 while Week 2 is in the books.
Yeah. For Bryce, I'm Billy. Daniel's at home. Like he's
at work.
Well, he's at work. Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.